What is up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. This is not one of my usual videos. I normally do wrestling or other topics. This is mainly a wrestling channel, but I am evolving, and I want to come back to like talking about non-wrestling products like movies and music and stuff like that, and this would probably be a good start. So I know a lot of like people who have never met me before or seen this channel before. Welcome, thank you for sticking around. I hope this is a fun video for you. And also, I want to say thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I have finally made it to 100 subscribers. Maybe some asshole's gonna unsubscribe and then resubscribe just to tease me or something like that. But really, I have 100 subscribers. No one can take that away from me. Thank you guys so much for that. Anyways, let's talk about something new. So today was a very interesting day because, well, if you're a wrestling fan, you know that Dynamite and NXT were on tonight. If you're a music Fox fan, you know that You Can't Let's Hear Your Voice and The Masked Singer were on back to back on Fox. And if you're a football fan or a basketball fan, um, I should say, sports are back on. So there was like the NBA and the NFL playoffs today. That was great. And the news has been breaking because yesterday was Donald Trump and Joe Biden's debate. So there's definitely a lot of stuff to watch. But the one thing that I was truly excited for this today was South Park's The Pandemic Special. Because South Park is probably the kings of making specials. I love South Park to death. I have watched South Park from its beginning. I was born in 1999, but the show came out in 1997. I kind of started hearing about this at a very young age. But I actually to this day own a VHS of the first 6 episodes of South Park. Um, and like a mini documentary talking about South Park. So, South Park holds a big nostalgia to me, but I definitely have stopped watching it because it's like very outdated. Some stuff is just boring. It's not the same anymore. And you could tell the writers are just doing it just for some quick cash. They're not as passionate as they were once then. But when it comes to their specials, these guys always deliver. These guys always bring their A game, and they always try when it comes to their special. So I was like, definitely excited, and I had to watch this one. And it was pretty smart that it started like not with the theme song or anything like that. It started literally as a sad world in South Park, sad town, like everybody in mass. The parks are empty. Butters just bored out of his mind. And then Randy announces that he will be having a weed sale, and I was like so confused. I was like, what the hell does weed have to do with anything? And turns out I had to Google this, but Randy apparently has been selling weed throughout the last couple of seasons or something like that. So yeah, I had no idea. That's how much like South Park I haven't watched in a while, but now I know that Randy sells weed, and he has his own weed shop and stuff like that. So now I know, and it does play to the entire show, and it was pretty funny that his wife was like, who wants to watch a pandemic special? And they know what they're talking. They're talking about. They're referencing the show. Like, who wants to watch a South Park pandemic special? And the whole time is just like them satiring that, and they even tease it at the end, which we'll get to. But then we start with Eric Carmen singing, being happy that he's locked in his home, not talking to anybody. When he's in school, he just puts a picture pretending that he's there, but he's just doing whatever he wants. It's a pretty smart concept because I know that that's how people are living. My personal take, it's like, honestly, on Zoom you could like put a screen or not. Like, I just put a picture because sometimes I have my camera like this, and I don't want like people going through my stuff or like being like, oh, what's he doing and stuff like that. So I don't like that. So I always keep like a picture or something. Yeah, which school allows sometimes, depending on the situation. Like, currently, I'm still on Zoom classes. I know some schools are reopening, not mine, unfortunately. More like fortunately, because I actually don't want to go back there until I know it's safe. But anyways, in this um in this episode, schools are coming back. They're gonna reopen, and Carmen's not having it. And the kids actually want to learn. They want to do everything. People want stuff to go back to normal, just like in the real world. And they even bring up like serious topics such as like Donald Trump not doing anything about the pandemic, and they actually show his evil plan of like how it's killing off like um you know people who are not white. And it's a really fucked up thing to say, but if you watch South Park, that's the whole point. South Park is naturally just a place that doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. And I'm pretty sure the president doesn't give a fuck. He's debating against Joe Biden right now. He has better shit to worry about. um so there's that. They even went as far as to shoot Token. Who anyone who knows this show, Token is the black kid in the show. But so basically, when they go back to school, Carmen's not having it. They get in a big fight. Um, so Kyle and Carmen get in a big fight. The police are like the teachers because not a lot of teachers are back in campus or anything. But they lose it, and then they start shooting for no fucking reason. Other than they're being dicks, but that's the whole point of the purpose. And they even shoot Token. Now, fun fact, something I caught on the replay. But if you look, this happened very early on in the episode, but I found out that if you take out the commercials, Token got shot at the 8th minute and 46 second of this episode. Do you realize what number that is? Yes, that is the same number that George Floyd got shot. And if you watch Dave Chappelle, you know that. So that's a very interesting Easter egg that I caught. I'm probably gonna be the only person that catches that. But yeah, now I announced it. That's what happened. So yeah, that happens very early on in the episode. Um, there was that, and this episode mainly focuses on Randy because spoilers, and this has been spoilers from then on, but Randy is the one responsible for the pandemic to happen. Yes. Um, he and Mickey Mouse go to China to sell weed and get loaded, and somewhere around there, Randy is the one fucking the bat, and he's even fucking a pangolin. Which, if you guys do your research, you guys know that those are like what people say caused the coronavirus to spread in the beginning. So there's that. And that was like the big part. Randy goes even as far as to kidnap the pangolin, and like Mickey Mouse is yelling at Randy. He even threatens to kill Randy, but then he realized that maybe his DNA could help the virus, because he did, since he had sex with the pangolin. He realized that he has DNA for the cure, and he actually ends up making things worse. So this is insane. But he like basically masturbates and comes all over his pandemic special weed, and as he's selling it, people are getting better. But then we find out that they start growing Randy like mustaches, which makes people go even crazy. But they don't know that that's what caused the virus. Um. So there's that. And because Token gets shot, they actually use it as an excuse to have the kids actually locked into school. That way, for 2 weeks, the kids are just at school, and it looks like a prison because cops are there everywhere. But somewhere along the lines, the kids escape. Butters loses his mind because he just wants things to go back to normal. He's just tired of all the lockups, just like people in the real world. And he wanted to go to Build a Bear and make his own bear, and that's when Stan makes a plan to just have everybody escape. But really, this is the whole thing. Stan is the one that really has the issues of he wanted to go back. And I kind of saw that a mile away, that this is just a way for Stan to kind of like want everything to go back to normal. I kind of had a feeling that's what it was. Kenny actually dies in this episode. There's a part where the mayor actually lets the police go full haywire. They even play "Kickstart My Heart" because that song has to play everywhere now. And they're actually, this is fucking insane. They're shooting kids. One of those was Kenny. So for the first time in who knows how many years, Kenny dies on South Park. So some things are kind of back to normal, I guess you could say, but in a cruel way. So now that you think about it, it's a very dark message. If you think about it, things are going back to normal, but not the good normal. Um, and then basically like um, as far as funny things to happen, really the best part of this episode were the first 20 minutes. And if you think about it, that's one 30 like regular episode of South Park. So really, all of the good stuff happened during the first half. The second half, it was just kind of like wrapping up, not really sure what it was going. There was a lot of plot points that were just a little out of the blue. Like, so, Butters' dad is mad at people like not wearing their mask on properly. Like they're putting it there, and they're even putting saying like, "Put on your diaper" or "your diaper face" or something like that. I don't remember, but he is the one who starts getting mad, and then little by little, he's the one doing it. So it was like it was just out of nowhere, kind of just random. I honestly thought this was gonna be a musical with Carmen singing because of bigger, longer, and uncut. I thought, oh, they're gonna do that route again, which could be interesting, or it could be really bad or annoying depending on who you were when you watched South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Um, they really didn't focus on any of the other parents except for Randy. But Randy at this point has been like one of the main characters of the entire show. So you can't really call him as an adult. But it was kind of funny that he was like it shows that he's the one being ignorant and also being the one responsible. Honestly, that character is just so fucking awesome. Like if there was like an actor like that was exactly like Randy, that guy would be like one of the funniest people right now. Um so basically all you need to know is like, should you watch this episode? Sure, you could watch it. It could be somewhat fun. It could be a little nostalgic for you, for South Park fans, of course. But for the most part, it was just kind of like, meh. Definitely one of the weakest specials South Park has ever done. Not a bad one, but it's definitely one of their weakest ones. I can't think of anything that was like terrible. Like they even have like the cure for, like they actually have the cure for COVID, and then they actually have Mr. Garrison, who is Donald Trump, um, burn down the doctor with the pangolin, um, just so he could like prevent like the virus from stopping anytime soon. And then he even goes as far as to wink at the camera and go, "Don't forget to vote." Um, so it's kind of a cold thing to say, considering what it's voting season. So kind of a perfect timing. Like South Park writers like kind of write things like that are going on like at the second. Like sometimes I wonder if they actually are writing like stuff before they air it. Like, hey, that happened. Let's put that down and then put it up on, because they are very spot on when shit like this happens. So there's that. And then the episode ends with so people are getting mustaches for smoking Randy's DNA weed special, and I guess the mom doesn't smoke. I always forget her name, but I always say Stan's mom or Randy's wife. But anyways, so apparently she doesn't smoke, but apparently you catch her because she has the mustache of Randy, and then Randy even goes as far as to saying, I guess the only thing to do now is more special. So I guess this is a tease that South Park is gonna continue, even though they wanted the show to be over like years ago. I think South Park is gonna continue on Comedy Central, which should be fine. I personally don't think I'm gonna stick around and watch all those episodes. Like I said, I really only come for like the big episodes or something like, oh shoot, this is funny. Um, so anyways, anyone who sticks around to watch South Park, go right ahead and watch it. This episode, I'll give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10s. Not a bad episode. Um, yeah, not a bad episode, but definitely not one of their best. You can tell this is a different South Park than it was before, but still enjoyable nonetheless. Anyways, what do you guys think? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and until then, I'm out.